It was a dark and quiet night in Kuala Lumpur. The city lights twinkled as Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, a Boeing 777, prepared for takeoff. On board, 239 souls, including the crew, were embarking on a journey to Beijing. No one on board or on the ground could imagine the nightmare that would follow. The clock struck 12:41 a.m. local time when MH370 was cleared for takeoff. The aircraft took flight, its lights blinking against the night sky, each blink a sign of hope and a promise of a safe arrival. The trip to Beijing was supposed to take about 6 hours, a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of time. However, 38 minutes after takeoff, MH370 encountered a deafening silence. Air traffic control in Kuala Lumpur witnessed the flight vanish from their radar screens. The aircraft's transponder, responsible for transmitting its location, mysteriously went silent. MH370, as if swallowed by the sky itself, disappeared without a trace. News of MH370's disappearance spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves across the world. Families and friends of the passengers anxiously awaited news, clinging to a thread of hope that diminished with each passing hour. The world watched in disbelief as a giant metal bird filled with lives vanished into one of the greatest mysteries of modern aviation. MH370 was scheduled to follow a northeastern route over the South China Sea before entering Vietnamese airspace and continuing north towards Beijing. The aircraft, a relatively new Boeing 777, was considered one of the safest and most advanced in the world. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, a veteran with over 18,000 flight hours, was in command. He was known for his experience and professionalism. The first officer, Farik Abdul Hamid, was also a talented pilot, with thousands of flight hours under his belt. MH370's last voice contact with air traffic control occurred at 1:19 a.m. as the aircraft approached waypoint Igari. The message, brief and routine, gave no indication of any problems. "Good night, Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9, said air traffic control. MH370's response was equally brief. "Good night, Malaysian 370. Shortly after, MH370 disappeared from radar. The aircraft inexplicably deviated from its planned route and turned west, flying over the Malay Peninsula. MH370 continued flying for several hours, communicating sporadically with satellites, before disappearing completely over the remote southern Indian Ocean. The inexplicable disappearance of MH370 spawned a series of theories, each more intriguing than the last. Without any concrete evidence, investigators and the public were left at the mercy of speculation, each theory weaving a different narrative about what could have happened on that fateful night. One of the most discussed theories is that of an intentional diversion. Some experts believe that the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, deliberately diverted the plane from its route. The reasons for such an act remain a mystery, ranging from personal problems to political motives. However, this theory is disputed by other experts who argue that there is no substantial evidence to support the idea of a murder-suicide. Another plausible theory is that of a catastrophic technical failure. A fire on board, an explosive decompression, or a multiple electrical failure could have incapacitated the crew and led to the plane's crash. However, this theory does not fully explain MH370's change of course or the lack of a distress call. More obscure theories, though unlikely, have also emerged. Some people believe that MH370 was the victim of a remote hijacking, with hackers taking control of the aircraft systems. Others speculate that the plane was mistakenly shot down during a military exercise. However, these theories are widely dismissed due to lack of evidence. Section 4. A ghost on the radar. Diving into a possible scenario. Imagine the scene. MH370 is cruising, passengers settled in, some dozing, others reading, while the crew takes turns having a light meal in the galley. Suddenly a muffled bang echoes through the cabin. The plane shakes violently, the lights flickering erratically. Panic sets in as oxygen masks drop from the ceiling. In the cockpit, the captain and first officer wrestle with the controls, their faces illuminated by the red glow of warning lights. A fire, started in the cargo hold, is spreading rapidly, consuming the plane from the inside. Toxic smoke fills the cabin, suffocating the passengers and crew. The captain, with his last breaths, struggles to turn the plane towards the nearest airport. But it's too late. The fire melts the electrical wires, causing a short circuit in the aircraft's vital systems. MH370, transformed into a flying inferno, spirals down into the ocean, its final scream lost in the depths of the sea. Section 5. An ocean of sadness, a sky of questions. The disappearance of MH370 left a deep void in the lives of the families and friends of the passengers and crew. The uncertainty, the lack of answers, and the absence of a final resting place prolonged their agony, turning their grief into a relentless search for answers. The international community united in the search for MH370, with several countries mobilizing resources and expertise to scour vast expanses of the Indian Ocean. Despite the colossal efforts, the search, which became the most expensive in aviation history, yielded few results. Some debris, including parts of the wing and fuselage, were found on beaches in the Indian Ocean, but most of the plane and the answers it holds remain lost. The disappearance of MH370 is not just a tragedy for the families of the victims, but also a mystery that continues to intrigue and haunt the world. The incident exposed vulnerabilities in aircraft tracking systems and shed light on the need for more stringent safety measures in the aviation industry. Section 6, MH370, the mystery remains. MH370 remains a chilling reminder that even in the age of advanced technology and global connectivity, there are still mysteries that defy logic and understanding. The plane's disappearance generated more questions than answers, leaving a void filled by speculation, conspiracy theories, and a deep sense of sadness. As years turn into decades, the hope of finding MH370 and uncovering the truth about its fate may diminish, but the mystery remains. The case of MH370 serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of life, the enduring power of hope, and the importance of the search for truth, no matter how elusive it may be. What do you think happened to MH370? Share your theories and thoughts in the comments below. The search for answers continues, and every new perspective may shed light on this enduring enigma.